Again, I thank you for visiting my site, clifffortune.com. In this segment, we're going to talk about why international trading. And the only thing I can do to give you my perspective is to reflect upon my experience. Why international trading? For me, international trading was chosen because I hated lack and limitation. And I needed a way to reach beyond the BS. I didn't want to, nor felt the need to succumb or even to subscribe to the typical norm of becoming mechanically induced to fit. By that, I mean I didn't want to become a friggin' robot. Not that I have a bad taste in my mouth for AI, artificial intelligence, but in many instances when you're following suit to someone else's drum or to someone else's ideology, you are pretty mechanicalized. Everyone was created as individuals, and we will live in accordance to what we think of ourselves. And I didn't think that me, myself, had to accept the BS that I was experiencing. And I still don't believe that I need to. What am I talking about? I'm talking about transcending imposed boundaries. Whether those boundaries were sociological, and many of them have been, or whether they were economical, and I learned later that I placed those on myself, or whether they were geographical. In the world of international trading, we don't have to subscribe to any of it. We have to adhere to laws set forth by the countries and the governments that we fall up under. And even sometimes they go too friggin' far. But that's a matter of opinion, my opinion, and I'm entitled to it, and so are you. But international trading, as I've said earlier, gave me freedom. It gave me the power to reach beyond the boundaries and to create my own world. Because if I had to rely upon the worlds that were created for me, as they say they have been, by me following suit to someone else's ideology, I would not have been able to go beyond those boundaries. And they still try to control my reach. Here's the ball game. The ball game is for us to control our own lives, for us to go beyond what other people say that we can or cannot do. When I look at countries stifled with certain sanctions, getting my S's mixed up, with certain sanctions, and a people stifled with a type of mentality or a limited access, I really, really bleed internally for these people. So here I am, extending to you and these people throughout the world that you can change and unchain the chains that bind you, mentally, psychologically, geographically, and financially. In this world of international trading, man, how limiting a process is it for you to not be able to obtain the goods and services that you need to live a type of life that you want to live? And in many instances, in places like, or parts of Africa, for example, trade is the key. Syria, trade is the key. And unfortunately, with restrictions placed on certain parts of the Middle East, we limit ourselves to access of the wonderful things that can come outside of some of those countries. But that's not my ball game. The powers that be have sort of inflicted those wounds, and only trade can heal them. So to you, youngsters in Nigeria, in Lebanon, in other parts of Africa, in South America, in Asia, you break your chains by becoming acclimated to and learning to facilitate trade. International trading, effective international trading, gives you access to change. Change many things. Quite often, the hardest thing to change is yourself. The habits that we formed, psychological footprints that we can step away from, so to speak. The world of international trading gave me access to higher understanding and the ability to facilitate change in my life and my family's lives. I've been all over the world, maybe 2 or 3 times. Many of my friends and associates are all over the world, and we party from country to country. But when you look at the stifling effect of the lack of trade, you then get the answer to why trade. Yes, the powers that be will always, and more often than not, step on those who have not. Well, through international trading, the vehicle of international trading, you get the big foot. You can facilitate the change, but you have to learn these methods and properly implement them. The message is stop accepting this BS and start reaching beyond the borders and start helping others as well as helping yourself. There are many, many, many elements that can come into play to facilitate growth in a particular country, but rarely is it going to be done without trade. And for those whom are listening that are in earshot here, greed always kills. It's not the high price of profit. Well, it could be construed as such. The profit that you receive is only good as long as many people can share it. So you must come to the realization that it's no good unless everybody wins. Through international trading, everybody can in fact win. This is how we do it. This is the proper way to do it. And when you hear certain things like trade deficits and agreements, NAFTA agreements, etc., your world, whether you know it or not, evolves around international trading. So why not arm yourselves appropriately? Step your game up. Visit our site, subscribe to our services, and let me give you the real scoop aside from the BS that other people have set forth. This is a world without limitations. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of you who really want to impose limitations, but I got something to say to you. Well, I don't have to say it. You already know what I want to say to you. But for those that can facilitate change, you can say it too, in unison to them. But obey the laws, respect other people, respect other people's trading ethics, and always look out for your fellow man. Those are laws that you must obey. But in the world of international trading, yeah, you find these guys that want to rip your guts out by lowballing you to death. Just walk away from the deal, man. No deal's worth doing at a loss. And abandon those people. Abandon those people and go to those that understand major principles that players apply. Players apply skills with other people in mind. Not the fact that they want to control the whole show or control all the money. Walk away from them. Leave them on the table, man. You can do better. Merchandise is moving as you sleep. So why wouldn't you participate in the movement? International trading gives you power to walk away from a deal. To say, sorry, thanks, but no thanks. Because you don't have to accept it. If you live in a country where trade is not being maximized to the maximum extent, come holler. Subscribe to us. We got something for you. Something that can help you, can help your families, can help your friends and associates throughout the globe. But do so in earnest. Don't come to us expecting us to give you the game and you go misuse it by ripping somebody off. Please don't call our number. Don't answer our emails. Don't subscribe to our letters because we don't want you. This is about international congeniality. This is about concern for the growth of a people, all people. This is about empowerment of our fellow man. Yes, I know I would go against the grain of many of these people who have their ideas, their tight-ass ideas, their bullshit ideas, okay? I got something for you. I got 2 words, and you figure out what they are. We don't need you. We are a powerful people. We are a people that have been given minds, and we are people that can adapt to certain circumstances. And I'm telling you that those that live in less than desirable conditions begin to change today by learning some of these principles that I have to offer you in terms of international trading. Begin to change things in your country. Begin to change things in your villages. Begin to change things in your lives through international trade, affiliation, and acceptance. And I know you've been talking, people have been talking about this stuff for years, and you see it going on around you. And yes, you got those people that keep their feet on your neck. Well, abandon them. Step aside. The power of the pen truly is mighty. And I can show you how to trade in a broom closet with a telephone and a computer. I can show you how to go from nothing to something. Why? Because I did it. I had to do it on more than one occasion because of many reasons. Someday I'll get into those reasons. But the biggest reason I'll tell you was my own self-ignorance. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to suffer from that same disease. Let me be your guide. Subscribe to our newsletter. Subscribe to our training program. Let my crew of capable individuals and apprentices show you the real way to unlimiting and to earning unlimited income and to unlocking the chains that bind you with higher bank accounts. Yes, man. Merchandise, baby. Merchandise. And I'm talking to everybody that's selling it. Sell something legal. Because the same skills that you have in selling something illegal, you can apply towards selling something legal, where you don't have to hurt people, where you don't have to be overly greedy, or you don't have to take advantage of people. There are many, many countries that would love to get to know you, but you better have something to offer. Let me teach you how to acquire that something to offer and how to keep it. So for now, I'm going to sign off, and I wanted to lay that little bit on you, but come back to me. There's more here in the world of international trading. Thanks.